Hi, it's Kathy from Bishopstone Yarns, and I'd like to welcome you all here to episode. I don't know which number episode this is actually. I'm sure it'll be in the title, but I'd like to welcome you here to Bishopstone Yarns, which is a crafting podcast. It started off very much as just a mainly knitting podcast, but now it is like a knitting, sewing, cross stitch kind of general crafting kind of podcast. And you will find me here in the corner of my studio. I am coming to you from Tasmania, which is the little island to the south of Australia. And it is summer here at the moment, so we are in January, heading towards the end of January. And of course, we are in the middle of summer, even though it's a little bit overcast today. But it's been quite nice and warm down here, and I have been doing a little bit of crafting. So I thought I should probably pop on and say, just update you on what I have been doing. If you're a returning viewer, hi, it's great to see you again. I always love that you return and hope that you enjoy a little bit of watching, seeing a little bit of what I might be making and doing. And if you're a new viewer, it's really great to see you. I know I have had a massive drop off actually in views, but I'm still here, so I'm going to keep going because I don't know, it just helps me kind of organize my crafting and continue on with my crafting, and I just love making stuff, so I will continue making videos for the moment. But it's always nice to know that you're out there, and so if you want to leave a comment, that would be great. If you like the video, you can give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, just subscribe then. That would be great. And we'll see how I go. I can just hear my little dog Maya barking at the moment. I don't know why. Why do they? It's like a child, isn't it? They kind of wait till you sit down to do something, and then she wants my attention. Anyway, enough about Maya. And I should get along and start talking about what I've been doing. For those who might be looking for me on other places on the internet, you can find me on Facebook as Bishopstone Yarns. You can find me on Instagram as Bishopstone Yarns. You can find me on Ravelry as Bishopstone. And I also have a blog that I sometimes post on, not very regularly, called Bishopstone Yarns on Blogger, so you can find me there as well. So for those of you who've been following me either on Instagram or Facebook, you'll know that over Christmas, like every day in December, I have been cross-stitching, and I have been working on my Plum Street sampler, Pomegranate Santa, and I am happy to say I have finished it. And oh my gosh, let's just see if I can pick it up to show you. So here we are. Here is my finished pomegranate Santa. Oh, look at that. That is so gorgeous. I am so happy with this. Put over this slide, maybe. But look at that. Oh my gosh. What is not to love about this? Now, while I used this, I used most of the DMC called for colours, but like I did put a few different ones in. Maybe if I put up here a bit closer, you can have a closer look. I must admit, the bit that kind of drove me a little bit crazy was doing all this white down here. I found the white, because I did the white first and then the reindeers later. The white, oh gosh, it just, well, it seemed to go on forever, and it was not my favourite thing. It was quite difficult. I could do it in the morning. It was quite difficult to see of an evening, even though the linen is not white, and there was quite a contrast between the two colours, but I still found it really tricky and really annoying, I guess, in a way to do. It was not my favourite thing. I just had to plod through it and get it done. But I am really, really happy that I have finished this. But now I have, what do I have? I've got 3 finished pieces. So I've got this one, and I've got my 2 Halloween cross stitch pieces that I now have to make up into something. And can't really see. There's some lovely white stars here. A little bit hard there. It's a bit better if I turn it that way, maybe. You can see them there. But oh, it was gorgeous. It is lovely. I know a lot of people have done this cross stitch and really enjoyed it. So, yep, we are really happy with that one. So that was a really nice, happy finish. And I find that in December, I cross stitch every day. I start off every day with doing cross stitch, and I find it's a really, well, it's a nice way to start the day, but it's also a nice way to make sure that I start something and really get into it. And usually, well, I've only done it for a few years, but each time I always try and use something that is a Christmas themed cross stitch. So it works for me, and it means I'm kind of able to get through some of those, well, they're not big pieces, but the bigger pieces, I guess. And yeah, and get into the kind of like Christmas spirit at the same time. Yeah. So while we're still talking about cross stitch, I got for Christmas one of my children gave me a cross stitch. Oh, hold on. I'll just pause for a minute and go and get. Okay, back again. So my middle son bought me a cross stitch. So he knew that I like Plum Street Sampler, so he got me this one, Rest a While, with the fox and flowers there. So it's kind of, I guess, quite an autumny kind of design, this one. So I've got that one to do. And then my daughter bought me a voucher for a cross stitch shop. So I went and used the voucher and got some cross stitches, plus I bought myself one as well. It's always difficult when you go in trying to choose a crafty thing. I went into the craft shop, which is called A Stitch in Time. So I can probably show you. So there they are. A Stitch in Time. And I went in thinking that I wanted to get something winter themed, so to put up with to display in winter. So like I've got some Christmas display things, I've got some autumn display cross stitches, and I've got some Halloween kind of cross stitches, but I thought it'd be nice to have a winter themed one, thinking that I could get some small little winter themed pieces that I could put up to display. But I found it very hard to find just winter based things, because most of the winter themed things are all Christmas related, and I live in the southern hemisphere, so of course we have summer at Christmas time, and it's not winter. So winter and Christmas doesn't really work for a display in winter. So of course what happens? I came out with something totally different. So I did come away with a few some patterns for some small pieces. So this is Stacey Nash Designs. It's called A Walk Through the Garden Pin Keep Stack. But aren't these just cute? So they're the 3 designs there. Got like a rabbit, and then some flowers, and then a little design as well. So I thought those ones very, very cute. I'm looking forward to doing them. Not wintry at all, but still really nice as a little display for maybe summer, spring, kind of, depending on whether I go with the same colours or use different colours. And then, of course, those of you who've been watching for a while will know that I have already done one of the Animal Cracker series by Stacey Nash, and I've done the Bunny Rabbit. So I decided to get 2 more, and I couldn't decide, so I got both. I got the Nettle, which is this one here. Oh my gosh, and look, she has like a little mask. Oh, that is so cute. So yes, so I've got, oh sorry, my tummy is making a bit of funny noise. So this one is she a cat or a rabbit? A cat? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, she's very cute, and she is very cute with her little mask on. Yeah, tell me, is she a cat or a rabbit? Leave a little comment below. Let me know whether you think she's a cat or a rabbit. But anyway, I thought she was very cute. So that's Nettle. And then the last one that I got was called Bones, because I couldn't help it. I just thought, this is so cute. Look at that. Oh, is that not cute? A little skeleton cat with her little skeleton fish bones and a little mask as well. And this is what she looks like with her little mask on. Isn't that gorgeous? But oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cute. So I have some cross stitching there to do. Yeah, which I'm really looking forward to. So that's everything for my cross stitching at the moment. I have started a little bit of knitting. Having said that, so I am knitting some socks at the moment, and these, I couldn't find the tag for it. I don't know where I put the tag, but this is up on my Ravelry page under Bishopstone, and I will talk about this again later. But so this is using Peyton's Peyton Isle 4-ply sock yarn, and here we are. I'll show you. Hold on. I will show you. Here is the colorway that I have balled this up. So, kind of blues and greens. And so I have just started. These are top-down socks. I'm doing 2 at a time on a circular needle, on a 2.25 circular needle. And guess, can you see the colorway? Maybe if I come up a bit closer. So yeah, that's how far I've got with these socks. These will be a gift, a birthday gift. So I don't think these are going to get finished by the end of January, which is when the birthday is, but I will keep going and see how close I get to finishing these by the end of January. I do have a little bit of time. I might get there, I might not, probably not, but that's okay. So that's the only knitting I'm actually doing at the moment. I guess I should probably say, and even though you can't really see it, I have to stand up. I am wearing my Dala sweater, which I have talked about. Whoop, there it is. So, which I have talked about previously on here on the videos, and you can also find that on my Ravelry page if you want to find more about it. But I love this. This is so there's this here is the Dala horse, which comes from Sweden, and yeah, this was done in 4-ply, and absolutely love it. It's a really nice lightweight jumper. Yes. So that's it for cross stitch. That's it for knitting. The only other thing I've been doing is I have been doing a little bit of sewing, hand sewing. Let me just grab the pieces over here. Oops. And so For those of you who may or may not have seen my videos before, I was talking about I had gone out and bought some Tilda Christmas material, and this is what I was hoping to do with them. I have made 6 of these so far, each with a different little Christmas design. What's this one? This one's a pig. What else? I've got kind of a squirrel. I've got a penguin and nutcracker. So what am I going to do with these? Well, this is a good question. I am doing these quilt as you go, which means that I cut out this central motif first, then I cut out the same size in backing, and then I cut out the backing, in batting, so the middle bit, the batting, is the same size as this, and then I cut out the back in slightly bigger piece and fold it over and sew it on. So, because I wanted to have a go at doing quilt as you go, kind of like having it all finished. And then I will add these together, sew these together like this, maybe 2 rows. I was thinking just having it as a little Christmas display. I don't know whether or not to have it like as a wall hanging or as just something to sit on a table, or anyway, I guess once it's finished I can use it for whichever I want. But I just wanted to have a go at doing this technique, since I have in the past done lots and lots of hexagons, but I've never done it when I've made an individual piece all already quilted and everything together. So yeah, but my only problem with this was when I cut out my back piece. I showed, I think on the last video, I showed how I had I have a template, and then it has the central piece comes out of it, but the outer template only had 1/4 of an inch extra. So I made that 1 inch extra, and then realized I should have even cut the backing piece even bigger. So like maybe 1.5 or 2 inches bigger than the front piece. It would have made it a lot easier to fold it over and hand sew it, because this was quite fiddly. If you can see, there's only like 1/4 of an inch there, and it's quite well, I mean, I like the look of it being nice and thin, but it is a little bit trickier when you're folding it all over and trying to sew it in. And yeah, I don't know. But now that I've started with 6, since I've already done 6 of these, I'm going to continue, and because I've cut out a lot of these backing pieces, so I need to use them up. So I will just continue with those, and I've got, I don't know, well, I've got quite a few more to do, so we'll see how we go. And I also have this material in a red colour as well. So my plan was to have both the red and the green together, but I'm thinking maybe the red I will do with the backing bigger, or use the red material for something different. I'm not sure. I'll wait and see. That is almost it. Not quite. The other thing that I had been doing is I have been doing some spinning. And for those of you as well who watched my videos before, you'll know that I, in November, went over to the mainland, and my husband and I did a trip around in our van, and I stopped in at Bendigo Woolen Mills and bought this wool and acrylic mix. And I don't usually, apart from sock wool, I don't usually get things that are acrylic wool mix. And my problem was I didn't stop to think. I guess I was thinking acrylic wool mix, it'll be like a sock wool mix where you have like 80% wool, 20% acrylic. Then I spun this up, and then I looked at this and I realized there's no mention here whatsoever of percentages of how much wool there is to how much acrylic there is, which is an issue. Because I found that while I was spinning, so I did all my spinning, I spun up all 850 grams of this in the green and white. I had spun it all up, looked beautiful when it was spun, and then I plied it, looked lovely, and then as soon as I took it off the niddy noddy, it seemed to really relax and lost some of its twist. So this is the yarn that I have spun up, and I guess it's okay. I'm not overly, I mean, I think there's a lot more acrylic in here than there is wool, put it that way. I think this has reacted really differently to when I spin wool, and you get a really nice twist and the twist stays there and everything is lovely. This has reacted really quite differently, and it is a little bit sharper, a little bit crisper, I guess, in the feel. And I did do a bit of a burn test, and most of it just melted. So I'm thinking must be a lot of acrylic in here. Now, more fool me for not checking when I bought this how much wool was in it and how much was acrylic, because I have no idea. All I know is that I think it's got a lot of acrylic in it. My thought was originally, if I can kind of show you the colourway with the white and the green in there. My initial thought was I was going to knit this up into a jumper, just a vanilla kind of sweater type thing. A bit hard to show you, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do now, because it is very acrylic-y. Well, I'm presuming it's very acrylic-y. I could still just make a jumper and just use it as a jumper, or do I use this and turn it into something more like a blanket or a granny square blanket? But then I quite like this colour. But then the other thing is I actually have another kind of ball of this fibre to spin up, which is a pink colour, which I think is also going to turn out to be much more acrylic-y than wool. So I'm not sure. I mean, I'm left a bit unsure now, because I have all 800 grams of this spun up. Thought I had done a great job until I realised that yeah, it's probably a lot more acrylic than wool, which is not really me at all. So I must remember, when you go in to buy something, if it doesn't state on there how much wool, how much acrylic, maybe you should ask, which I think I should have done. I should have asked how much acrylic is there to wool, and I mean, it was half price, but still, for half price I should have asked, shouldn't I? I don't know why it didn't really pop into my mind at the time to stop and think what percentage of each is in it. I'm not a huge acrylic person at all. I mean, I have made a couple of acrylic granny square blankets, but that's because they go on the couch and the dog sits on it and I can wash it easily, and yeah, so I don't know. I have to rethink what I'm going to use that for, and whether or not I was going to go and spin the pink up, but now I'm not sure if I will go and spin the pink up straight away, or will I wait and decide what I'm going to do with it. But in the meantime, I'm going to be in the meantime, I'm going to continue knitting my socks. I will continue sewing up my Christmas hexagons, and yes, and then for the rest of the year, my plans are just to finish off patterns that I have. kits that I have some sewing kits. I still have lots of yarn here. I still need to do some weaving, so I'm going to try really hard to use up what I have and only use projects that I have here in the house for 2026. We'll see how I go. Hopefully I'll go well. I'll let you know as the year progresses. Plus, I also plan to do a lot of reading, and a lot of that reading and the books, I have got a little video going on YouTube called Books at Bishopstone. So I will be talking about the books that I am reading this year, because I also need to get through the books that I have and not buy any more books, and just read the big stack of books that I have, because I have a stack of books that I don't want to read and then pass on to someone else, I think. Yes. Unlike my crafting stuff, which I'm not ready to pass on yet. Yes, we'll see how we go. I hope everyone else has been having a lovely January, and you've been doing lots of crafting and had time to relax after Christmas and enjoy your holidays, whether it's your winter holidays or your summer holidays. And I'll catch up with you all later. Bye.